Today is May 16th. The Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the Orioles in Baltimore. Stan got hurt. Hicks got hurt. Gio got a little hurt. Voigt's back. Judge's bat is back. Gary's on his way back. We got a lot to talk about. Ryan, Lamar is a Yankee. And you don't know who that is.
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for hanging out with us a little bit as we recap the series that was against the Baltimore Orioles. Talkin' Yanks brought to you by DraftKings. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. In the corner, we got producer BBD. It's a fine Sunday afternoon. Weather was great this weekend by us. Excited to chat about the series. The Yankees lose game 3, like they always do, but they won the series. So once again, we have to try our best to, talk about the series as a whole and be a little positive and not just harp on the feelings that we're feeling right now after game 3. I think we're going to do fine, Jake. I think we're going to persevere. Tell everyone how you're doing.
James, Big Baby David, everyone live in the chat right now, and whoever else is listening. What's going on, everybody? I'm doing all right, man. Yeah, the people are calling it the Talkin' Yanks Recording Day Curse, and it's a long name for a curse, and I hate it. But, yeah, no, it's real. We're
GYRD.
We're going to do some curse-breaking things this week to try to get rid of that, because it is a bummer. I mean, we, building this was going at the end of the series, and it was, drinking sad tears if we had a horrible series and getting those emotions out, or it was running hot after a great series, getting those out. We've been doing a little adding some cold water to a warm bath. It's like, okay, this is nice, but I don't love the ending. So it's fine. We're going to be excited. The Yankees are playing really good baseball. I think, what was the number? 17-8 is the best record in baseball in that span. I mean, coming up on a month now. So it's really good. It's a bummer today, especially. I mean, you're up. What are they up, 4-0?
4-0 after 1.
4-0 after 1. So to do that, hey, let's get this out of the way. A little bit of kudos to the O's. I really like Brandon Hyde for that team. That team has fought with some bad rosters for a few years now with him at the helm. I hope he sticks it out to see the better days that come ahead for Baltimore when Adley Rutschman's there and that, because I think we might grow to dislike that guy because he has them play really hard all the time. So good for the O's. Great for the Yankees, man. We are winning series. I think it's 6-0-2 in their last 8 sets. We're playing baseball, baby.
Playing baseball. Any way you slice it, Yankees are 7-3 in their last 10. That's a good winning percentage. 700 winning percentage.
Ask for that.
They're 14-6 in their last 20. That's a good winning percentage. And they're 18-12 in their last 30. So they've been winning games. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. Like,
sure,
a lot of guys not hitting. A lot of guys hitting, but never all at the same time. And now we're dealing with a lot of injury stuff. That's mighty scary. We still don't and we'll just take a moment at the top of the show here before we get into Burns, before we get into awards, just talk about the state of the Yankees. We kind of do this a lot, but it's weird right now, and I'm glad they won. I said on the pregame show, thank God they were playing the Orioles while all this was happening, because games 1 and 2 were just not competitive. Bruce Zimmerman, they called him up. He pitched pretty well, and Monty had a dud, but games 1 and 2, the Orioles looked like, especially the pitching, just a bad team. This episode's brought to you by Sam Bell, Dylan Glanz, Julie Herr, Plasma 188, Chris Prince, Andres Martinez, and William Rinn. I already read those.
I think so, because there's a Rin Tin Tin joke.
Yeah, it was a Rin Lin. Well, they got second shout outs.
Not bad.
I'm just Ron Burgundy over here just reading the sheet.
Who are those people again, Jim?
Our most recent patrons.
Aha.
Thank you guys very much for the support. We appreciate you. There's a lot of perks. If you want to go to the Patreon page and check it out, you can. Patreon.com/JOMBOYmedia. Jake, can I give you the update? Stanton didn't play.
Let's do a couple, yeah. There's a few going on here.
Stanton didn't play the entire series. He's dealing with quad. Was that it?
think they said quad, and you're missing the best part is that this was Hicks gets hurt. That's breaking news. We're figuring it out. Boone in a Zoom is asked, "Are you considering Stan for the outfield?" And he says, "Yeah, we are thinking about it. You know, we're considering all options, but yeah, we are considering Stanton in the outfield." I think Joe's did it really well. You know, I grew up on SpongeBob. I do all those SpongeBob references all the time. But there's a SpongeBob joke that's like, 15 minutes later. And then, Stanton was injured, if not broken. So, yeah, we'll see. There hasn't been a real update on that. They said he should be available in Texas. We'll find out. Because, I mean, if you put that on top of the Hicks news, it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, right now I'm deciding to not be worried about the Stanton news.
I'm with you.
Almost by, like, necessity.
Yeah.
I'm also, don't put him in the outfield. Like, if he's going to hit the way he's been hitting, and don't. Did you hear the whole article or news story? I don't know if they said it on a broadcast or I read an article. That he changed the way he runs.
I did hear something about this.
He used to run leaning forward. Dude, it's either I'm going to be on the money or I'm going to be 50, like a 180
Reverse.
wrong. But it was either he used to run leaning forward and then get flat-footed by the time he reached like the velocity he was trying to get to. And they changed his gait for his leg muscles. And now he runs more straight up or leaning back. I don't know what the actual way was, but the story was they changed his posture while running to prevent injuries, which I thought was weird.
Sure.
Yeah. But
All of it's
Glad it
pretty
worked.
Weird. Yeah, all of it's pretty weird.
do you think there's any chance of you that Stan heard Boone say that and he was like, the outfield? Oh, actually, my quad is acting up.
Yeah, you and I have been. I think Stan really wants to play the outfield. You think he's found his happy place, and I hope he has if he has. But
I think
man,
there's a chance Stanton was also surprised he said that.
How bizarre, man.
How bizarre. Can you turn that away from me?
How bizarre. Just turn it off. Yeah, man. I don't know. It sucks, and I mean, we'll see. This is developing. I think everyone in this room right now is expecting that Stanton will play in the Texas series at some point. Gave Judge a couple DH days, so that's kind of nice. But
Which Judge says he doesn't like.
Judge says he doesn't like unless he's home. Did you hear that part of it?
It made sense.
Because
Unless he's at home.
innings, he's swinging and
because they don't have access to like a cage and all the technology, and he's like, we just have a net and a tee on the road.
Worked out
Well. Yeah.
And then this all stemmed from originally the panic spot of, you know, we were getting information live on the pregame show, and it was like we almost did a Talkin Yanks episode by accident. But Hicksy, man, the sheath to his sword.
Yeah. The Hicks injury is weird. He tore the sheath that protects another part of his wrist. And it's a coin flip of what happened. Surgery's on the table, and there was Mark Teixeira had it. And
Didn't he have both?
Yeah, so that's the interesting part. Teixeira had it on both wrists, and he was a switch hitter, and he said one I was able to play through and was fine.
It's like he's like 10 days, everything was good.
The other kind of changed his career. He was only able to have one good season afterwards, and he had to go on a crazy diet and like do a crazy regimen.
Change his lifestyle.
He had to completely change his lifestyle to get back into baseball. It lasted one season, and then he stopped from this injury. And Teixeira back in 2010 or 13, because the World Baseball happened in the World Baseball Classic. So everyone was upset, and he was like, well, it's not that. It was going to happen anyway. He said he's just going to sit out 2 months. He came back to the Yankees in June and then played 15 games and then had to go get the surgery. Hicks is out for the season in my mind, and I hope that's not the correct case. I hope he comes back at some point. But if you're Cashman and the Yankees, I think you have to operate as if he's gone for the season. And especially a position as valuable as center field defensively, and you traded Talkman, and the center field depth and the outfield depth in general, which was at one point they traded Talkman because he was the fifth outfielder.
Right.
And now it's looking like, hold up, we need people. So they call up Ryan Lamar, who's kind of a quadruple A rover, dealing with a lot of injuries himself.
He's running hard. Go get it, Ryan Lamar.
He's not going to be the answer.
No.
But he's going to platoon with Gardy probably for the next 10 days, and we'll see what they do.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the mindset. You got to wait and see for a certain point because this injury does have two extremes. It's not, hamstring. We got to feel it out when you're feeling good. Wait another week and run it. Like this could be the bang biscuit, and it's out for the season, and then it's. How do you start regarding guys? I mean, this is where Gardy's so valuable that even you Gardy haters out there can't deny this. I mean, he can still go get it and play center field. Like, I think that's why he got the rest day today. Like, Gardy's going to be our center fielder 5 days a week going forward.
Yeah, I'd guess he plays all 4, or definitely 3 of 4 in Texas, which is why they gave him the rest today.
They said they're going to do a classic righty-lefty platoon with Gardy, which makes sense. And if Ryan Lamar can catch balls, I mean, Gardy versus lefties has been proven at this point of his career that, sure, go have yourself a couple days in the show, Ryan Lamar. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, if they I'm just very interested to see what reports they get back from Hicks and our detective work into those reports because center field ain't the easiest position to replace. Like, if Hicks is out and Gardy has now become a forefront of your plans, it's a lot easier to get a corner outfielder. And I know we had a couple calls on the show, and we were eyeing that anyways because our corner outfield production hasn't been there. I don't know, man. It opens up a whole new can of worms, and that $4 or $5 million that we've saved for the trade deadline becomes a lot more interesting. So I'm not ruling Hicks out for the year. I gotta hear more on it because it could also be 2 weeks from now, and we're like, hey, Hicksy's back. Let's see how he looks.
Sure, I just think it's eye-opening to the depth. Like, I just think you have to go find center field depth.
Well, let me ask you
somewhere.
a question because let's say. It is bad news with Hicks.
Yeah.
If Talkman was...
My guess isn't that he's out for the year. I'm just saying you got to act as if he's out for the year.
Yeah. I don't think right now. I think
as a fan, you've braced yourself.
You have to start preparing, sure.
Like the Yankees shouldn't make their trade for a starting center fielder if Hicks might be back in 3 weeks.
Bingo.
Use all
but they
the
should
money,
start placing feeler calls for center fielders around the league. And
in theory,
and AAA center fielders, they should start changing the board to, we need center field depth.
But I guess that's my question back to you.
In theory, they've been doing that the whole time.
If Talkman was still here, would that still... Hicks is out for the year.
Yeah.
And Talkman's still on the roster. I mean, are you still... I feel like that wouldn't be a solution. I feel like you'd still be saying we need to get someone.
No.
Between our
They should get Talkman and the player to be named later from the Giants. Just ask them to return him.
Bring him back. Justin Wilson. Saw some of those on the internet. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think if Talkman was still here, I don't think we'd be saying, like, all right, we were prepared for this. I still think there'd be we have to go find another solution. So, interested to see the Hicks update. Andujar and Clint are battling it out anyways for the corner outfield. We'll see if Gardy can find some magic in that bat. And then, I think for me, it's 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks to mess around. Old man Clint, cover some ground in center. See if you can find your hot streak we've been waiting for this season. Clinton do. The battle of the sticks, if they can hit. So I'm excited to see it. I think I'll be waiting for the next Hicks update, and then hey, maybe one of our midweek eps coming up. We were mostly focused on starting pitchers. We can do an all outfield episode.
Yeah, the options are kind of crazy. So they don't call up Florial because, one, they could not call up Florial.
Yeah,
it was not a legal thing because they had just placed him on the AAA roster. From AA, they moved him up to AAA, and there's a 42-hour window where you can't advance a guy again. I don't know why that exists, but
it's weird. Especially with injuries and stuff. Like, why?
Yeah, like the 10-day rule usually.
Is it just
goes
for,
with
like,
it.
minor leaguers, like, health? Like, hey, you can't just move this guy and then move him back and then move him back. And then
like
move him
a
back.
It's not like he
thing?
gets to be
Like,
on a nice flight to wherever, I guess.
Seeing new people or something? I don't know. It's pretty weird. IMO.
Yeah, so Florial also, like, Curry tweeted it out today. a good quote from Cashman about rushing players up, and Curry tweeted it out and said this pertains a lot to Estevan. Is it Estevan?
Estevan Florial.
Yeah, and let me find it. Here's the Jack Curry quote. Cashman once explained a reluctance to call up a younger player by basically saying, "I'm not going to rush a player and ask him to do something he's not ready to do to solve one of our problems up here. That's not fair to the player." That logic applies to Florial. I fully agree, and I also say Hicks is done for the year, or it's just very dicey. Like there's no the answer is he may be back, he may
for
not.
the playoffs.
Right. Then Florial isn't the answer for center fielder for July, August, September, October. That's not you can't bank on that in a World Series window. So especially when it's rush development and blah blah blah. He hasn't played forever.
People are pointing to how hot a start he's gotten to the season. He's played 9 games in Double-A this year and raked. Those are the only 9 games he's played in Double-A ever. He got the one MLB game, COVID, and 40-man weirdness. So he's played 10 games above Double-A ever before the promotion.
Ryan Lamar isn't really the answer. And then, so say Hicks is out a month, Jake.
Okay.
Right. Say they're Hicks is going to be back in a month.
Confidently.
Yes, confidently.
Yeah.
What would you do? These are the options I'm going to present to you. Ride out Gardy and Lamar platoon. Ride out Gardy and Florial platoon for a month. All right, Florial's dipping his toes. He's going to get every other game, every other start.
Could be fun, could be awful.
But it's a month. He gets just a chance to be
there
in
will
the
be a
ocean
hard
for a little
line.
bit. Yeah. Or Glaber comes back. Rugi comes back. Wade's still slapping the ball. Is he now your fourth outfielder behind Gardy in center field?
We saw a splash of of Wader in center. He obviously has the speed to cover it, and his fly ball routes we've seen haven't been awful. Honestly, I'd lean Florial. I mean, I think let's get a taste of Ryan Lamar the next couple days. Because they went through his injury circuit the other day, and it's holy crap, this dude's a battler. For me, it's okay. Is Ryan Lamar gonna catch some fly balls and maybe provide anything offensively? Because Estevan Florial, from what we know, can track down fly balls. So for me, if it's let's find out a little more about Florial, and him and Ryan Lamar are both doing the same task of catching fly balls and getting out at the bottom of the lineup, I don't really care. And if Florial shows a little something, it's either a trade piece going forward, or this guy is supposed to be super talented. The only thing is he hasn't played a lot of baseball. Between the COVID year and injuries previously, this guy hasn't seen a lot of pro at-bats. So, even if he gets called up to the show and he finds a little magic, I think scouts and people around baseball would be just wait. His second time through could get ugly because there's probably some holes in his swing and he hasn't seen a lot of high-level pitching. So I'm interested to see what we get from Ryan Lamar in a small dose because, hey, the guy's been a major leaguer. He's fought back. If he's just getting some righty on lefty pitching at bats, that should be 1 or 2 games a week. Sometimes you don't even run into that. Keep old man Gardy off his feet.
So 2 weeks to a month return. I just go Lamar.
You already brought him up.
And Lamar/Wade. If you just want to go Gardy, Gardy's going to get 5 out of 7, and Wade can do 1 day in center field. A month to 2 months, and Hicks going to be back. I go Florial. I just give him the reps out there. Hicks needs the surgery, and then you really need a prep for the full season plus October. You got to go find a trade somewhere. That's where my brain would lie on.
I assume it'd be Florial in the meantime while you're waiting on the trade. If we're working on a trade
or
between
Lemure,
now and the deadline.
I would go pretty fast. They've already made 2 trades this season. I'd try to.
I get kind of the thing with Florial, sort of like we've said with Andujar before. If he's on the roster, you should play him pretty often because calling him up and just not playing him every day, who's that benefiting? Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
if you're gonna call him up, play him.
Yeah, who's out there? JBJ, Michael A. Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, man, that's where things get really crazy, and we should save this for a midweek and start getting into the series a little bit. But yeah, I mean, just bringing up the expiring center field contracts. I mean,
it's Michael A. Taylor from the Royals or JBJ from the Brewers, and they're not trading JBJ. It's probably Michael A. Taylor.
And I mean, look at Michael A. Taylor's career stats. Like,
not
that's
great.
You know, I think he's a step up from Ryan Lamar, but how far away is he from Florial? I have no idea. So that's what I'm saying. That center field market might not be the play, and when you get into corner outfield and old man Gardy can still track him down in center, that puts a little more pressure on the hitters currently in our corner outfield.
Yeah. Marisnik. Your
Sucks.
dude.
Sucks.
All right, let's get into the burns. Game 1 burn.
Awesome.
Oh! Breaking news. What do you got?
Manscaped.
Yes, they're rolling out a new product. How about that? This is your pubic service announcement and the news you've all been waiting for. The Manscaped engineering team has confirmed that they have successfully created the Lawnmower 4.0.
Oh, the new guy.
New guy trimmer, which is now available for
smokes.
purchase in the USA and Canada. The new trimmer was just released only moments ago, and we are one of the first to get our hands on it and share the news. Jake's opening it right now.
Smokes.
Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free shipping worldwide with the code YANKS.
Holy smokes, this thing's got some power.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Jake. It allows you to customize your trim all over with additional guards and lengths, which I know you were really excited about. Get some fade going. Gives you the ability to turn the 400K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. Multi-function on-off switch can engage a travel lock created for people who like to travel. And looks-wise, it's sleek with a two-toned matte and gloss finish. Even features a hot foil stamped black chrome Manscaped logo. Show that mower off loud and proud. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code YANKS at manscaped.com. No person wants to end up with the pubes in their mouth, and your balls will thank you. That's what they said here.
It's true, man.
Wow.
Clean it up down there. Got to.
Game number 1 in Baltimore.
Just trimmed a little bit.
Wow. Burn, Jakey, burn.
Holy smokes, open your civics books to page 242 as we study Kluber versus Kramer. I don't know, sound like a court case. As we kick off 3 in Baltimore. Top 1, here comes the judge, little darling. Get used to hearing that name. 1-0 Yanks after 1. Purple haze all in my brain. Skews Austin while he kisses the size. Hayes. Shut up, you hippie. The judge doesn't care as he hits his second of the night. 2-1 lead for the fighting Judges over the Orioles. The Birds get drunk passing around in the 5th. Severino and Mancini ripping doubles, and 3 runs later, good fortitude by the Birds to make it 4-2. In the 7th, before it rains on the Yankees parade, they grab their emergency Urshela Ella A. Gio the God smites Baltimore with a 3-run pinch hit homer. Kluber was but Chad, Wandy, and Johnny grease this one away. Yankees come from behind to win 5-4 final.
As you were going through it, I was looking at the game log and I was like, "What is it? Like, I know there was something in this game. What was it?"
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the Gio, the big Gio at bat.
That's a big swing.
Pinch hitting for Wade. Boone making a move, and it paying off. So good for Booney to actually pull the trigger there. Use your bench.
Hell of an at bat by Gio.
Yeah,
I mean,
9 pitch. There were some stats on it. First 9 pitch. Home run. First 9 pitch, pinch hit, home run
by Gio.
I don't know. Forgot. It was something like that.
It was cool. I mean, he went in straight foul ball mode, which you always wonder. Like, sometimes hitters get too in love with hitting the foul ball. Like, Gio was making it look very easy, and then he showed that silly Gio Urshela power sometimes. Like, opposite field, just put the barrel on it. It wasn't a crazy swing. And the ball just kept going, left the yard, and I mean, changed the whole course of this series. So
I found it.
Pinch hit for Tyler Wade after a couple. I think Tyler had a couple tough ones in that one, but yeah, it was beautiful.
James Smythe tweeted, Urshela's 9-pitch plate appearance was the longest for a Yankees pinch hit home run since Wade Boggs' May 31st, 1995.
Ooh, BBD, what were you doing then?
Be honest.
1995?
Yeah.
Swimming.
Yeah, I sure were. We're in Dad's balls.
Judge
Manscaped.
home run in the first inning, then Kluber gives it right back with a solo shot. Caught stealing right before the home run, which helped out. Good job by Higgy. Otherwise, it would have been a 2-run shot. This game before the Gio home run had the two mind-boggling plays. Clint on the base paths.
That was nuts.
Worse than the last one, I think.
That was nuts. When they cut over and he was on first base, I was dumbfounded.
When they show the replays,
In disbelief.
it doesn't make any more sense.
No.
So that's two base running blunders by Clint that are. I pride myself on trying to figure out the other side and then seeing if I understand it or not. Like what could have been happening.
Do you have any guess? The guess is he thought they caught it, right?
But no, because when they showed the wide angle,
Right.
he was still looking at them when the backup outfielder picked up the ball.
Right. Well, I saw some people, I think this is the best realistic theory, is that he thought it went off one outfielder and the other guy caught it. Because that's the only reason you would turn back to first if you see that. But it doesn't make sense.
He just goes brainless and looks at other people for help. He does it in the outfield a lot.
There.
And he just like, you got it? Do you ever read on this? The lights, the wind, the sun. I couldn't. It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
And then
Did he give a quote on that? No, right?
he doesn't do post-game interviews.
Right.
Yeah. He got ejected. I don't think I've ever seen like a guy get ejected and not do a post-game interview. And he does them when he makes a diving catch.
Yeah.
Um,
Confidence.
And the other one that baffled me, I don't know if this is an award or not, probably not, because they're winning, was that play where, did Judge misplay it at first? Or no, Judge just threw it into Wade?
Judge threw it into Wade. It was a bang-bang play.
Wade missed the ball, which is one thing.
When you saw it live, you see Wade go for the tag, and you're like, I think it's in there, and you're like, I think he's out. You see the ump call him out, and then the ump flanks around. Everyone's kind of looking around.
Well,
and
first,
the ball's sitting next to
first
the
you can see the
foot.
ump, because that ump didn't watch the play because he was watching the outfield. You can see him look at the third base ump and go, my call? And then that guy goes, yeah, and he goes out, which is fine. Just go to replay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then they're like, yeah, the ball's not in his glove. And then the Yankees challenged it, and what blew me away, and Kay, was like, how does Wade not go, yo?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I didn't catch it.
I have no idea.
Don't challenge
I don't know.
that.
How do the Yankees challenge that, too, I guess?
They just say, we think he was out.
Right, but you're supposed to look at replays, and like the ball ended up on the ground to the point the umpire came around and was like, "Oh, ball on the ground." I'm not like, yes, Wade. You know, we always want the athlete to chime up and be like, "Yo, yo, yo."
Well, maybe because the last time they were in Baltimore,
right?
they ran out
Also
of time.
Right.
A lot of weird base running's been in
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's not a great look for Waders, and I know a lot of people were ripping him on the tag, but at least that's a baseball error. Like, he was catching, turning, and doing the tag, and the ball slid out. Like, obviously you expect a major leaguer to try to do that. It would have been bang-bang, even if he holds on. I
wasn't upset about that at all. It happens.
No,
making a play.
The internet wanted to be mad at Tyler Wade about that, which, like, get off our back. But, yeah, no, that's the part that I just don't know, because we've seen the Yankees replay system, you know. Boone checks with his guy. They either do it or not do it. So I don't know. I think there was a little bit on their end, probably some Baltimore jitters. And
I tweeted out, and it reads terrible if you don't like understand how I was actually saying it, because I tweeted out like, "Have Wade and Clint betrayed Boone today?" Like, that's how I was saying it.
It's a tough one
because it read like I was being serious, but it's like they kept showing Boone, and he was like downtrodden. He's just like, "What is happening out there?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?"
Gio is a superhero in this game. Looking back at those, Kluber clearly didn't have it. He did give the Yankees that bonus inning that was pretty important, and he gets the dub
I like
after
it.
Gio hits that rally.
That's a game, and that's like Monty has those, but Monty doesn't have the as many good games. But yeah, Kluber, his final line going 6 innings. You make 30 starts a year. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and his pitch count was low. I mean, he finishes that next inning, and he lands at 85 pitches.
To pass a phrase that we've been using on the Yankees as a whole, Kluber allowed the Yankees to win a loss for him.
A little bit, yeah.
Which I like.
And that's, they showed a yes clip, and it's a little playing into the fans, but Kluber, like, sprinted out that inning from the dugout to the mound, like, ready to go. And it's like, all right, yeah, Corey. And, you know, if he got hit that inning, we'd be making fun of him. Jim, you know what the Yankees did in this game with runners in scoring position?
I have it right in front of me.
1-for-1. Gio Urshela. So, like, when you say won a loss, yeah. Big bug time.
Cole Sulser.
Don't.
Come on.
Don't. Travis Lycan Sr.
What are you guys doing? Yeah, good stuff. Go the Yanks.
Go the Yanks, man.
That's what a lot of the wins have felt like. You know, even the Rays feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Let's go to game 2.
Oh, and I think it should also be noted that this was the game we talked about all the Hicks and Stan stuff. Gary ends up DHing with Higgy catching, which that was the first time we've seen that this year.
Yeah, thank God no one got hurt.
TGNGH.
Game 2. On your mark, get set, burn.
Domingo Ansabado está en Baltimore. Yo no hablo español versus Jorge George Lopez as the Yanks try to take him out of the ballpark. Whoa! Cross promotion, JOMBOY Jake TV on YouTube. Ad LeMahieu scores on a pass ball, but Gary L. cracks one up the middle. 2 runs will score to give the Yanks a 3-run first inning. Why don't you give me 3 steps? Give me 3 steps, mister. Give me 3 steps towards the door. Judge's 3rd home run of the series. Oh, that's a bad man. 5-0 pinstripes. Herman looked good. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 6 Ks. His ERA is down to 3.62 on the year. Wow. Top 6 balk dirty to me. Scores Guardian. Hey, King Louis V. Haven't heard him in the Burns a lot with the 2 RBI single. 8-0 good guys. O's tack on a couple. Boring. It was easy as a Sunday morning. Domingo to Litke to Wilson to Sessa. Yanks win 8-2 final.
Now this is called winning a win.
This was winning a win.
I fell asleep in the middle of this game.
Holy smokes.
Long day. House hunting. I was tired.
Mouse hunting.
We didn't do the pregame show. In my what to watch for was Domingo complete game shutout.
That's a good one.
Because he looks good. Hey, what are the stats on this? Domingo crushes the Orioles.
Yeah.
I think Monty never pitches good at Camden Yards. I think Domingo is the best Camden Yard pitcher, and Monty's the worst on the Yankees. I don't know the facts.
We can look into some stats.
I don't know the
on that.
facts and the figures, but 5 runs in the first 2 innings for the Yankees. Kind of something I said before the game 1 was that if the Yankees are going to win these games, the top of the order is going to have to do it.
Domingo Germán, 4 starts at Camden Yards. He is 4-0 with a 1.88 ERA. Monty, I won't have the numbers from today, but I could get to him.
Okay. And Voit has 2 RBIs, and Judge has 2 RBIs, and then Gary in the 5-hole has 2 RBIs. So you got 6 RBIs from the first 5 hitters, all the RBIs from the first 5 hitters, so the top of the lineup had to come to task. Jorge Lopez, felt bad for him. Didn't look like he's having fun. Keegan Aiken, felt bad for him as well.
Oh, so Monty at Camden Yards, this is excluding today, 14 innings of 3.21 ERA.
Okay.
So maybe the Orioles have gotten him at the stadium?
I don't know.
Let me see.
That's career?
Baltimore Orioles. Yeah. Yeah, he's been good against the Orioles' career. 9 starts, 2.63 ERA.
Damn. Okay, well, we'll stay on this game. Herman was great.
Herman was good.
You know what? I'll
Season.
save. Should I
Yeah, he
s-
probably do. He could. You never. When you see something, say something.
Voit goes into the 2-hole because Stanton's out, and he gets his first hit of the season, right? That was this game, first hit of the season, then another good hit. He was 0 for 10, but it didn't feel like it. Like, he was hitting balls hard. He was having decent at-bats. So I know it was like he asked for the ball, and it was like a big relief for him.
Sure. Classic.
But as a viewer, I wasn't worried. Like, I wasn't like, oh, he's off to a rough start. Like,
I think it was just in the realm of like, hey, let's see one drop in so it doesn't become a thing.
No.
But no, his at-bats have looked like Luke Voit for the most part.
And the big thing was Gary coming through with the 2 out. Were there 2 outs at that point?
I believe so in the first.
Or is there 1 out?
Let's see. No, there was 1 out.
1 out. Well, whatever. Big.
You break their back in the first inning.
Yeah, and there was a nice piece of hitting by him, and then he almost pops a home run later in the game. Judge with another homer. Cheers.
Yeah, big Aaron Judge. He was good. Top of the lineup, low-key crushed it. It looks like everyone had a hit except Clint.
Justin Wilson gets slop time in the 8th inning, and he gets 3 batters and gets them all out. So that's a step in the right direction for him, because last time he got slop time, he did not. And then they go Sessa for the 9th, and he didn't look great, but he got out of it. Double play. Nice double play to end the game.
Double play. It wasn't an earned run. What happened? Was that an error?
Fielder's choice, and then advantage on the E5. They threw it away. Urshela, Ella.
It's a good time to have an error, if we're being honest.
Yep. Good time to play the Orioles. Good time to have an error.
Gary Judge, Voit with 2 ribbies.
Tyler Wade with 3 hits.
Yeah, Tyler Wade, 3-hit day.
Andujar with a nice hit, and Andujar plays left field. That's important.
Yep. Andujar in left, Clinton right. Boogity boogity.
So they gave Judge back-to-back DH days?
Yeah.
Is that something?
No, I think it's Stanton's out. We got to play these guys. We might as well keep Judge fresh.
So I said my theory about them looking at Texas as they made the lineup for Game 3, and I said it without really giving it much thought. And now that more thoughts have come into my brain, I am almost tripling down on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, saving Guardy's legs.
Saving Guardy, saving
Save
Judge, knowing they're going to go play 4 in a row in Texas, and they had already won the Baltimore series.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you go. I think Guardy is the only impact one getting Lamar out there, because even if you had Judge in right field, I mean, you still have Clint or Andujar in the lineup, I think. So it's just the matter of getting Judge off his feet for 9 innings, which we know the Yankees have been trying to do all year when they can.
Yeah.
And we know they don't view DH day as an off day, I guess, because Stan can't play 5 days in a row.
Well, it might be the Stanton rules.
Is the line. Yeah. So, but getting him 2 DH days, I mean, it still doesn't count because it's Stanton. But
Fresh
for the Rangers.
Good job by the Yankees. All right, Game 3. They can sweep. They can win on record day. Burn, Jiggy Burn.
We are bringing our broomsticks to Camden Yards. How about it? Adam Plutko. There's a Plinko as we're dropping it down the Orioles' throats versus Jordan, the full Monty, and holy smokes in the first. Urshela, unfortunately, double play, but that scores a run. But like a good neighbor, Gary Sanchez is there to pick him up. 2-run bomber. How about it? And then Clint, back to back. Oh, belly to belly. It is 4-0 Yanks after 1. The Yanks would go on to win. They sweep. There's no curse of the Talkin Yanks record day. Monty gets touched up in the first for a couple runs. But here comes the Judge. His 4th of the series. Are you cat to be kidding me? 5-2 Yankees, but oh no, in the 3rd, the wheels on the bus fall off for Monty. No help from Clint on that ball down the line. We're locked up at 5s after 3. How's your over? And the Orioles kept pushing it, man. Mancini with the big RBI double. Franco Can we call him a Yankee killer officially on both sides of the ball? 2-run shot in the 7th. That felt like the dagger. LeMahieu RBI single in the 9th. Yanks, tough. It's the curse of talking Yanks. Everything sucks.
So we're killing something, you said?
Yeah, I think we gotta do some killing this week. My first idea, which I feel like was kind of shut down, was everybody from JOMBOY Media is in. We release a chicken in the alley. Whoever kills it, we give them like a $100 gift card somewhere. I feel like PETA would really be on us for that. So I don't know. I think we do some curse-breaking stuff this week.
Okay.
Because I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like it one bit.
They had a couple Orioles relievers on the rope, so we were kind of thinking like, oh, are the Yankees going to dig deep, get a little extra magic, have a fun flight to Texas? Didn't happen. Monty didn't look great. He also didn't get a ton of help. But, I mean, our defense isn't aligned to help a lot of pitchers right now. And Monty's good for one of these every now and then.
It's only the 5th time in his career he hasn't made it out of the 4th inning.
4th. Yeah. 5 earned. Kanger comes out. He gives up 1. Licky's the only pitcher in this game that doesn't give up a run, which is a bad formula.
I like Litke.
Yeah, dude, he's been killing it. 9 straight.
See, he threw a 2-0 curve. That was just like nasty.
Nasty.
2-0, and he spun one. It was like a back foot, like out of the thing, out of whatever. And I was like, whoa, pitching is different these days. Would have been cool to win, you know? I would have liked it.
It would have been cool. I mean, it would have felt like the train had fully left the station. We rolled. But I don't know. The Yanks are playing a good brand of baseball. Like, even this loss didn't feel super ugly. Like, our relievers kind of got touched up. Like, if Wandy Peralta and Sessa don't get hit, I do think the Yankees win this game.
Yeah, I do. That's what I said to you when I came in. Yeah. I was like, they're winning this game. I don't care. And then that happens in the later innings. And I was out on it. Then I thought, no, they're not winning this game anymore. And they've blown it. And I was mad at them. So that's all that. You want to go to awards? You got anything else from this game? Do you care about
this game?
I did in my post-game recap. I said Ryan Lamar. I want to say Lemure a lot, but it's Lamar. I said, like, nice to meet you, but I don't know you. Like, he didn't. My premonition was wrong on the pregame show. He did not introduce himself. I still have no idea who he is.
Yeah. No, we didn't get a ton of Ryan Lamar. No, I mean, I don't know if it's going to end up into an award, but I'm loving Clint and Andujar battling for the death for playing time, and this is a weird one. I think Andujar had the advantage game too. I think Clint sneaks away with the advantage in this one. Homer, one misplay, one very good play.
That misplay was brutal. 2 outs, first inning. If he just catches it, it's 4-0 after the first. The inning's over. It had a 0.020 hit probability or batting average, meaning, if it's hit there 100 times, 2 people get it to drop, which it can be perfectly placed, but then the catch probability was 60%. The vast majority of Major League right fielders catch that ball. His route was so weird. He went like deep, and then he cut in, and then it went past him. And, if you have Judge there, that's caught, and Monty's out of it, and it's 4-0. So it's a little bit looms larger than.
Yeah, I mean, that's the 60% number is what stands out, and I mean, if you do the Clint math on that, I mean, that's probably not a ball he's going to get. If the average right fielder catches that 60% of the time, that's not a ball Clint's going to get.
Clint gets it 10. Whatever the numbers would be.
Yeah. I'm liking that battle. Andujar caught one on the run in game 2.
He's looked solid out there.
And then got a hit. And I anointed him the left fielder.
Clint, homer today. Bad play, good play.
Clint homered, and he made the first nice catch. I don't
It was
know,
like a good Clint homer.
Save
like-
it for an award, I
Yeah,
guess.
We'll see. Or we do that thing at the end where we just run through whoever we missed.
Okay, well, let's
Go
move on
it.
to awards. Brought to you by the shop at JOMBOY Media. Shop.JOMBOYmedia.com. We got a ton of Yankees gear, Talkin Yanks gear, JOMBOY Media
my
gear,
God.
and the rest.
Get something.
And now we're going to do...
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah, Pride of the Yankees.
Ooh, Sunday app.
I go first?
Believe so.
Mm-hmm. You're closer to the Lord.
Yeah. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yes, I am. My Lord. It's Aaron Judge. I mean, it's the biggest and easiest.
Ooh.
Biggest and easiest pride I'll ever give out.
Really?
Yep. Really,
Okay.
Jake.
Sneaks up on
He
me
had
a little
a
bit.
600 batting average, a 692 on base percentage. He had 4 home runs in the series. His stats on the year look very good now, and I like him. And he even admitted that he was just pressing in that Astros series because he just wanted to beat him so bad. And I love the human element of that as well. Like, you know what? Like, I wish you would have actually pressed less and actually had results instead of striking out 80% of the at-bats.
Sure.
But I love the mindset there.
We recognize it.
Like, you just wanted to fucking kill him, and I get it.
We move forward and we grow.
Yeah. He's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-game hitting streak. And in that 6-game hitting streak, he has 5 home runs, a 500 batting average, almost near 600 on base percentage. So, his stats for this series, they go deeper because Tampa Bay, he hit really well. And he even popped, even got a nice hit and a walk in the in the Washington game. So I'm going that far back. So yeah, Aaron Judge, man, this is the guy who he's supposed to be. You get duped by the injuries, and then we got duped by that one 6-day bad stretch. It was maybe his worst 6-day bad stretch because he was striking out so many times.
Struck out 7 or 8 at bats in a row. 7, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in 29 at bats, he had 15 strikeouts in that 7-game stretch. But here he is. His numbers on the year are really good. He's got a 1 OPS now.
Oh.
Yeah. 1.009. So just barely.
Yeah.
His batting average is close to 300, 298, and his on-base percentage is 399. So tomorrow, if Judge starts off with a hit
Or walk.
no, a hit, because I want the batting average to go up too. I need Judge to hit in his first at-bat, and then I need everyone to tweet out, Judge got 300 batting average, or 400 on-base percentage, and a 1 OPS. And we'll just hope he hits in his next at-bat as well and it stays.
Yeah. He will.
So that's my pride of the Yankees. Aaron Judge.
It's a good one.
Thank you.
It's a good
I
one.
don't know how many he's gotten this year.
It's not who I wanted.
That's good. We spread the love. That's only his second pride this season. And you've never given him pride, so you hate the man.
Wouldn't say that. I like him.
Well, the numbers don't show it.
Okay, well, then maybe I'll get some analytics on you, Jim, and we'll talk about Yankee players you hate. But until then, we continue the Pride of the Yankees segment
Yes.
because we each give one.
Oh, yeah.
Wandy, no. Jimmy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm easy to read, man. It's Gio Urshela.
Yep.
It's Gio the God, baby. The pinch hit home run. I mean, when you look back at this series now, holy Toledo's. We would be sad sacks right now if we lost the series to the Orioles. Instead, Gio with a huge pinch hit home run. Casual 3 for 10 this series. Whatevers. Jim, we've always loved him defensively at third. He gets an error out of the way in useless garbage time. That's smart. That's getting ahead of it. Jimmy, can I give you a couple numbies?
Yeah.
If that's all right with you.
Sure.
Gio Urshela. He has I just had it, the third highest batting average against right-handed pitching since 2019.
Hell yeah.
He has the fourth best batting average against right-handed pitching in MLB since 2019. He has the highest batting average amongst third basemen since 2019. There was another stat I can't find right now. It's something like batting average plus slugging plus bugs. Gio's incredible. We don't have to run through the full story again, but I mean, like, we've passed blip on the radar. Like, we've passed Talkin Yanks 2027, and we're like, how fun were the Urshela times? Like, he's our guy. He's one of the most valuable members of the team, day in, day out. Playing through a little stuff, which we don't say a lot about a lot of these Yankees players. And people forget, but we have the same birthday. So, 1 through...
I did forget about that.
1 through 3 on the Yankees in WAR this season. Garrett Cole, Aaron Judge, Gio Urshela.
He's scaring me with how, like, he's still not fully healthy. You can tell he's running weird, and I'm like, come on, we can't lose you, Gio. Playing shortstop. Doing a lot. How much is he making?
I think he gets kind of paid. He makes like $4 or $5 mil. Him and Voit make around the same amount, which was like, hey, that's good for those guys. Like, they deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is his first ARB year. He makes 4.6.
Good for him, man.
Right? I'd use that.
From where he was? Voit makes 4.7. They both make more than Glaber.
Tough to be young sometimes.
Good award.
Sometimes it's great.
Good award.
Thank you.
Good award. Hey, Jake, good award. Next award we give out here on Talkin Yanks.
You Yankee motherfucker.
I'm going to give it to Monty.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
He goes, what was his last outing? 9 strikeouts, set the record for strikeouts.
Looked great.
I knew that a 4-0 lead wasn't great for him. He does not like that.
Yeah.
He does not like that. So I was a bit worried, like, Monty in a relaxed game? No. He don't like that one bit. So I was a bit worried for him off the bat. But I think this is his worst start of the year.
Yeah.
So, and on sweep day, it's like, someone's got to break the pattern. And it was upsetting, and I didn't like it. So I wished he would have pitched better. He said in his postgame that he feels bad about it.
Okay.
And that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
If he was indifferent, like, don't care. Like Ian Kennedy used to be.
Right.
It would have pissed me off. But he felt bad about it. So I get it. So I'm giving it to Monty.
He had 3 pretty solid ones in a row. His ERA had gone into the 3s, and then this is kind of the hiccup backwards, but whatever. So he'll miss Texas. And his next start, the White Sox.
I think so. And they crush lefties. That's going to be a really tough start for him. They should bring up Davey and slide him back or something. After that loss, protect Monty a little. I don't know.
Davey pitched today, and he had 9 Ks. We haven't seen the 6-man juggle in a little while.
At least get him an extra day of rest in there. You're not going to be able to get him to skip the series. I think he's lined up for the first game.
Would he be?
I think 6-4 in Texas.
Texas, we got Cole, Tyone.
It's at home.
Kluber, Herman. Flip him with Herman. You can't do that.
A little short rest for Monty.
That's going to be tough.
There.
The White Sox are like they're like 19-2 against lefties this season and last season. The White Sox absolutely crush lefties. So let's remember that when we get to the Monty Start pregame show, and we'll talk about it then.
Okay.
But, yeah, Monty's my MFer.
Okay.
Because I wanted him to pitch good.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Poorly. He only went 3 innings. It was not what I was hoping for. I didn't even run through the list of potential MFers.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see where you're going to go.
Well, first, I just got some quick analytics from what we touched on before. You've given 3 MFers to Judge this year, and I've given 0.
Yeah.
So people are saying you hate Aaron Judge.
And all those MFers were given out of love. You're ambivalent, which is like even worse. Yeah.
No, that's filled with hatred.
All of mine were pep talks.
It's dark side stuff.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot about, like, is it worse when people, like, just don't care about me, or is it worse when they, like, actively dislike me? And so it's different answers, different days. I can't be a tiebreaker here.
Well, I mean, he gets gun happy on all those Sundays, and he takes them. First one.
Well, he's got
filled with hatred. It's coming out of him.
Someone that I know.
The Lord's Day.
Someone that I know says, like, it's all about expectations. I have high expectations for Judge. Clearly, you don't have any.
I have very high expectations.
You just don't even like talking about him. So have you never given Judge an award?
I have given him, let's see. Have I given a Pride or MFer this year? Tough to say. BBD's on it.
You've never given Judge an award.
You keep jumping and filled with hate. You're a little too emotional. We kind of need you to come back down to earth.
I might have made that up.
You gave him regular old awards each of the last 2 episodes, Jake.
Look at that.
What was it? I Hate Your Guts award?
No.
Well, one of them is the Hidden Under the Garbage award. Last episode was the Everyman award.
Looked you into that.
And I think that's it for you and Aaron Judge.
Me and Aaron Judge. Okay. MFer, let's see. Yankees. Oh, my. That was weird, huh?
It happened.
You know what?
Ryan Lamar. You're a dick.
No. I'm giving it to Wandy.
No.
Yeah, man. Dude, not a lot of other guys jump out. And Wandy was in a spot to keep this game tight. You said it before. You're on the record that if Wandy keeps that clean, we thought they were coming back in this game.
I can't believe it.
Wandy gets touched up. It sucks. He's a legend. He's a hero. But he got. Whatever. Keep it moving.
Are you still going to give him the I Wish You Were Still Talkman award that you were planning on?
No, that was, you have that written down in your notes.
Not me, no.
You said all those Twitter people were right. We got nothing for Talkman.
People are dumb. 3 years of Wandy, who's been good and is
good.
like the main, like one of the main pieces right now.
Been good and looks good.
First time giving up runs as a Yankee in his 6th outing for them. He's come into a tie game 3 times. He's come in ahead one time. So his first outing was slop, just to introduce him. They were up by 4, so not really slop, but
sure.
They're up by 4. Then the next 4 outings were 7th inning tie game, 7th inning tie game, 8th inning tie game, 8th inning up 1. Like, this guy is being used as high leverage. Today was his first outing where they were, like, behind in a close... How much were they behind? 2?
Was it 1 or 2 at that point? Let's see. It was 5-6.
I think it was 6-5.
And then he gave up the 2-run homer. Yeah.
So it was 1-run game. Okay.
Yep.
And he blew it.
Everyone kind of had that Orioles feel it in their bones. Like, give us enough swings and we can do this. And that was the backbreaker. Franco, man, he kills us defensively and offensively. But
and the walk before the home run hurts the most.
Yeah. Was that Severino? Yeah. So it's tough.
I like Wandy though.
I like him.
Like, I've liked his reactions, his faces.
He's having fun out there.
Yeah. Hesitations.
Have to when you hesitate that much in your delivery.
Is his full name Wandy? Yeah. I feel like we've done that before.
Wandy. There's been a couple MLB Wandys.
Couple. Regular old award.
Show me that dick.
Jesus.
You didn't want me to read your award?
No.
Or did you audible from that?
I'm giving the Lombard Street Award.
Lombard Street. I remember the look in her eyes when you told me that this was goodbye.
I don't know how that has to do with Lombard Street.
Who's it going to?
You don't have a guess?
Oh, I know who it is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's Voit.
Voit? No, not Voit. Wrong.
Wrong.
Jake was wrong.
Jake was wrong.
Domingo Herman.
Ooh.
Windiest street in America. Not actually accurate,
Sure.
but they say that. It's its thing.
It's
Jake.
like it's
fake.
a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm hip.
It's like that's what the tour guide says. Actually, there's one in the other part of San Francisco that's windier. Well, this is the celebrated
This is
windier.
noted. If
And there's a view of Alcatraz.
if
And
any
last
of
week,
you-
a skateboarder tried to go down
If
and it
any
killed
of you
himself.
played Test Drive 5 on your PlayStation, this was featured in the San Francisco level.
Or Tony Hawk 4 San Francisco level.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why's it go to Domingo again?
Because his curveball, that pitch he throws that curves like Lombard Street, was nasty against the
Nasty.
Orioles, man. It had, I don't know if you know this, Jake, and you may not because of the dumbness,
I may not, man.
but it had a 79% whiff rate. Not nuts.
Yeah.
It's the highest I've ever seen
Jeez.
in a one game. He induced 14 swings on his curveball against the Orioles, and 11 of them whiffed for a 79% whiff rate on the curveball. Jesus Christ. I mean, his season average right now, his whiff rate is 40%. So that's way higher. In 2019, it was 45%. So the curveball gets whiffs. 40% is really, really big and high for a starting pitcher pitch. 79%. He doubled it. The Orioles stink.
Yeah.
And he saw what was happening, and he just took full advantage of it. And like you said, his ERA is coming down. He also went changeup, second most used pitch. Or the changeup and the four seam were tied. He threw 18 of them apiece, but he threw 30 curveballs out of the 80 pitches he tossed. I like that they pulled him early in the blowout. Like,
Yeah.
this is a dude who hasn't pitched in a while. Let's get him out of here and get him some rest and all that. But, yeah, man, that was one of the most impressive curveball outings I've seen in a while.
Really good pitch ninja stuff. You could see it. It just falls off the table when it's right. It looks like a fastball down the dick, and then it's in the dirt. When you were dead, we called in Brian Hoke for a little bit just to fill some time. Like, my God.
I was listening.
And he was like, I said if you had to buy stock, Monty, Herman, or Tyone, who would you buy the most stock in? And he said Herman, and I think it's because of the stuff, and we've seen it take place over the course of a full Yankees season. Obviously his 18-win year, and it ends with bad stuff. But, man, since he has been called back up after his first two mass starts, 5 starts, 30.1 innings pitched, a strikeout per inning, a 2.37 ERA, he has been really good. The stuff looks real. And, yeah, man, I mean, and I don't know how it ties into everything, but did you see when he came off, he got like super dapped up again. So I don't know if Mingo has been kind of head down sad between days he's not pitching, or if the team is trying to forgive and forget through baseball. But
You think it's a thing? You think when he comes out, there's like a kind of like a memo has been sent, like, give Domingo love, he needs our support?
like I would, if we could get a clip of it, and maybe Sicko Kyle will find it for us. But yeah, I mean, like, they were, 6 innings, 1 earned run in a blowout against the Orioles. Like, everyone was top of the dugout, like, let's go. And it's just, I don't know. They had that parade the other day for him.
I was going to say, didn't you give the parade
Yeah.
award?
So that's what I've got my eyes on that. I don't know if it's
I got my
team bonding or whatever's going on, but
Well, congrats, Domingo, for winning the Lombard Street Award.
congrats, Domingo.
You're up. You get to give the next award.
I'm going to give the Yeah, I'll Have One award.
Yeah, I'll have one.
Yeah, I'll have one.
Voit.
No, man.
Well, then it's obviously Gary.
You're so close. You're all around it.
And Duha.
Ah, further away.
Damn. Ford.
Ooh.
Wade.
DJ LeMahieu.
Oh.
You were all around it. You circled him.
Wow.
I had kind of snuck through one of the burns. I had like a weird greasers, non-greasers reference. And first game I talked about, they went Chad, Wandy, and Johnny.
I heard that.
Sounds
I didn't
like
get it.
Yeah, it just sounds like, I don't know, a group of greasers going to get
1950s.
a group of greasers going to get some soda pop.
Yep.
And that's where I'm wondering where my guy DJ's pop is. All the rest of the numbers are there.
Oh, okay.
Jim, DJ, he's got 3 homers, 5 doubles. That's on pace for the year to have 12 home runs, 20 doubles, which would be 32 extra base hits. If you remember Andujar's special year, he had, what do you have, 74 extra base hits, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's ball stuff or DJ still finding his rhythm. And he had a solid series, and we've definitely seen it, man. Like, when DJ goes, like, this offense turns it on. Mm-hmm. When DJ's on the pond for Stanton, Voit, Judge, that's a really good recipe for success, and we've seen that during the Yankees' good baseball stretch. DJ's pop, he now has gone, let me make sure the numbers are right on this, Jim. Today's Sunday. Big facts. He hasn't had an extra base hit since Friday, May 7th. So we're coming up on a week and a half without an extra base hit for DJ. So I'm just
Yeah, his numbers on the year don't look good.
No, I mean I'll say this, his numbers are a hot streak away from being fine cuz they're not bad.
Hot slugging streak.
Yeah, like he'd have to if we walk away from this Texas series and he has 2 homers, 2 doubles, we're back in the 8s for OPS and that stuff. Like the OBP is kind of around it. The batting average is close. We do have higher expectations for DJ, but yeah, we just haven't seen that DJ LeMahieu when he's barreling the ball. It's not a power hitter swing, but still the exit velo had been there in the past years, and it was a question like, is it in the gap or down the line, or is it at the outfielder? Because then he was getting his doubles on. So something to follow. He hasn't been playing a bad brand of baseball. Like, I think you can chop up the numbers and he's still been solid, but the power stroke just hasn't been there at all. So, and Camden Yards is supposed to be one of those places. Like, that's got the left field power alley. He's obviously got the good right field power at the stadium when he's right. And man, that's when, if we really wanted to butter knife it, he had 2 pretty big porch jobs for 2 of his 3 home runs. Like, I don't know. The DJ power swing hasn't been there. Hopefully it's still middle of May and he's going to get it going, but I'd like to see a little pop.
I would, and his 2 homers against Corbin were, porchy.
And he
porch.
owns Corbin, and they were porchy.
Yes. Yeah.
So
they weren't like, I get what you're saying. Okay, so that was the Greaser Award.
That was the I'll have one because
Is your phone making noise?
I think it was my laptop.
Oh,
because I had a greaser walking in to the local spot. It
saying,
said,
"I'll take a
I'll
pop."
have a pop.
I'll have a pop. Yeah,
I'll have a Coke.
I'll have a Coke. Zach's favorite movie.
DJ's last 17 games coming into today: 294, good. 385 on base, good. Slugging 397, a 782 OPS. So there just hasn't been a lot of pop. It'll come.
Soda pop.
Give me a little pop, babe.
Here comes the
You glad I didn't
sun.
go pimples with it? Because I could have.
You could have went pimples with it, and you didn't.
Boy, do I love good pimple pop.
Yeah, I think that's something I know about you. I don't know if the whole world does.
The real ones, though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You getting that for show. It's a good movie.
Let me see.
I don't really know about that. But this DJ hasn't had a double since April 27th. That's just weird.
Yeah. He doesn't have a lot of pop. And contact guys, if they don't have pop, then it's weird.
Only 1 double since the 16th. Since April 16th. A month, DJ LeMahieu has 1 double. That's just weird. What's your next award, did you say?
I think I've given this one out. Maybe BBD can pull it up if I have, but it's the There You Are, Peter award.
You're saying that with an accent, right?
Oh, a little kid voice. There you are, Peter.
Oh, Peter Pan.
Yeah, it's from the movie Hook. And it's a great scene where the little kid is just looking at his glasses, moving his face around.
You going lit key? Beep, 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 beep.
Oh yeah, don't claim it, please.
Oh, there you are, Peter.
There it is.
Got it.
Oh, there you are, Peter.
There you are, Peter.
You did give this out during the 2019 season.
2019 season. Who got it?
I think it was May. Might have slipped.
So
May
yes,
2019.
the real ones know that. Oh,
Yeah.
there you are, Peter. Is a
Classic
reoccurring classic award.
Recurring award.
Goes to Gary Sanchez.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Gary had a nice series.
He did.
He played in all 3 games because of the DH and didn't get a hit in that first game because he didn't warm up. He didn't prep.
Right.
But he has 4 RBIs, 2 hits, has a homer. He would have had another homer or double. Real good play by Hayes out there in left, who's one of the best outfielders in the game this season. And, he's taking his walks like crazy. Like he's got a 340 on base percentage on the season, but in his last 9 games, he's got a 400 on base percentage. Or last 10 games.
Yeah.
And then the hits are coming back. And that single in game 2 to make sure they scored was pretty vital.
Yeah.
And then the home run, the first run of or not the first run. Or no, was it the first run today?
The first run today was Urshela's double play. And then Gary.
Then Gary and Clint went back to back.
Act one.
They gave him the day after the night game, which I found interesting. And someone on the S pregame show pointed out as well. I think it was either Bob or Jack, or like that means something because the starting, that's usually blah blah blah. I didn't think they were. I thought it was going to be Higgy and then Higgy again tomorrow. There's travel involved for Higgy as well, so I'm interested to see how it goes. But Gary is slowly, we got glimpses of the talent today. A little, oh, there you are, Peter.
Yeah, I butter knifed for you before the game. Higgy's last 8 coming into today. 0.77 batting average, a 200 on base, a 431 OPS. Gary's last 9 before today. 207 batting average, a 395 on base, and an 843 OPS.
Yeah.
So Gary's been doing it with the stick. I will say I think there's obviously I think Garrett Cole is Higgy's guy. We all know that. I think Kluber, they want to stick with that too. And if, like you were saying before, the spin on that would be the Yankees getaway day lineup, like running Gary back twice, keeping Higgster for Texas, where they're basically doing every other day. But if Gary continues doing this, he's supposed to be the starting catcher. Listen to the guys talk about him. Like, he's got all-world talent. So keep doing it, Gary. No more robberies on Gary. That's messed up.
Did you see the reaction of the bench?
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. They're like, oh, come on.
Come on, not him.
I think he hit the biggest home run, too. Judge had 4 or whatever, but I think Gary's was the longest. I mean, just like
his homer
distance.
today went 435 according to Statcast.
Yeah.
So checks
Big
out.
Big old bomb. So, yeah, I'm super interested in that Kluber start because Higgy's going to get Cole. Gary's going to get Tyone. And I am coin flip. I think Gary might get Kluber than Herman to finish out the series. Or they go Higgy because then it is day after night and Gary's been getting Herman. So I wouldn't be shocked either way. Where I think you would kind of be shocked if Gary got Kluber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kluber's past few have been with Higgster, and it's kind of coincided with him looking well.
It coincides with day after night because Gary would
And
get
it would be every other anyways, which they've pretty much been doing. So, yeah, no, it's good for Gary, and it's somewhat been quiet, but, you know, I mean, Gary was a bad left fielder away from a 2-homer series, I think, and we're heading to Texas, which, you know, they're not stacked by any means and used to be a hitter's park. But, man, if Gary could get it going, that would be...
Someone in the chat said 3 years of unimpressiveness, and I'm just getting so sick of that when his 2019 was one of the best seasons a catcher's had in baseball. It was the best catch. It was the best stats. Like, it was a top 3 catcher season in baseball. So I'm getting so sick of people saying that.
It's bug stuff. It's like full-blown
Sorry, his
bug
first
stuff.
half of the year was better than the second half of the year.
But, like you go, like, 2019 catcher stats,
Yeah.
and Gary's going to be up there in 2019. So
What's
The last recipient of the Oh There You Are Peter Award was Tommy Kahnle
oh, nice.
during the Royals series.
friends?
Prior to the Yankees, that series went to Clint Frazier and Austin Romine. And Mike Talkman received the Who Do You Think You Are award because he got 4 hits in 3 games.
Wade should get that. You want to give that to Wade right
Who
now?
do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? Never gonna get my heart.
Mighty Ducks scene when they're trying on outfits.
Yeah.
That's what the song playing at Rodeo Drive.
That song's got a couple links to it. Man, I'm just a fucking boner kill.
Wow. Okay, a lot of silence there.
Yeah.
You gotta give out your award.
I'm not happy with what I want to do.
Okay. Do what you gotta do.
You think so? No. No. No.
Do it.
No. No, I'm out.
Okay, what are you doing?
What was that fucking Talkman award?
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are award?
Wow.
We're going traditional today. Shout out to that. When was that series? August 2019?
I think you said May.
April 2019, end of
April.
April.
I knew it was an A. April 2019 series refresher course for all our fans. Go back and listen to that episode. It's a good one. It goes to Tyler Wade. Hey, couple hits, baby. It's some of them ain't the prettiest. He had a pretty one today. Slapped it Oppo Taco. I love it. He has a 3-hit game. Hey, you know, we poke fun of him when he tries to hit homers. We want him to put it on the ground because it's electric when he does. And he's getting some play at shortstop. Sure, he dropped that one ball. He was trying to make a play, get off his butt about it. But he made a couple nice plays at short, too. And that's supposed to be the whole deal. So, man, I think we've been saying this for years now. If he could get on base like 1.2 times a game, golly, he's a really valuable ball player. He just hasn't been able to do that. So, hey, good for you, Tyler. Keep putting it on the ball. His hit to the opposite field today felt like a nice piece of hitting, which you don't say a lot about a lot of Wade's hits, especially throughout this series and going back a little bit. But, man, he's going to get some run for a couple days. And, hey, play yourself into the outfield competition. How about that?
That'd be interesting. I think a funny conversation we had when we were just sitting around was that Wade, you almost want him to not square up balls.
Right.
It's almost better if he bloops it over their head or dribbles it into the ground swinging bunt.
Make it uncomfortable.
Like that's because that was in the middle game when he got 3 hits. None of them were like real hits, right?
I mean, what's real, Peter Pan? You know?
None of them were like expected batting average hits.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at his hit chart coming into today, this is actually hilarious. Coming into today, I believe this isn't updated. He has 6 hits.
Yeah.
4 of the dots are just at shortstop.
Yeah, infield hits, yeah. And then that's the bloop shot.
So
He added one more today into the outfield.
Yep, to left field. So all of his hits, if I was being a little more creative about the award, but, everyone remembers that episode from April 2019.
The Royals series. I mean,
Good question by Jeff in the chat.
All of Wade's hits have been left of the second base bag.
Yeah. And they shifted away from that today.
Just go there.
Yeah.
Jeff in the chat says, does Gary get credit for Herman's good start, or people only going to do that when it's Higgy? No,
are
Jeff.
only gonna do it when it's
people are
Higgy.
only going to do it when it's Higgy. Reminder, Higgy gets to catch the best pitcher in all of baseball, and they give Higgy credit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets to catch the top 3 pitcher in all of baseball and the guy who won 2 Cy Young awards.
A
And
veteran
he's
at his
assigned
craft.
to those.
Yeah. Yes. So, no, Gary gets no
and
credit.
they've lined up against the bad teams lately.
Gary gets credit.
No, no one gives him credit. Whenever
No
someone,
one's giving him credit, but we're mocking people right now. We're mocking idiots online.
yeah,
Gary deserves credit for that. And Higgy deserves a little credit for what he's been doing with Cole and Kluber.
Oh,
Not
Cole,
as much as he's been getting.
Not a fun guy to catch. I commend him for becoming his guy.
Yeah.
But
And the numbers are disgusting.
they're Cole's.
Better than his career
I don't give
numbers.
credit. I don't care about any of that. I don't think any of
You
it's
should.
real.
I mean, the pitch framing and stuff does tie into that, and Higgy's elite at that.
I think it's the target that's the biggest thing, and they're making Gary not give a target, which is the stupid thing. I didn't give Clint award, but I wanted to just let people know how bad he's been. I know he came off a nice catch today and a home run, but I was going through the numbers. Offensively and defensively, he's the worst outfielder in all of baseball on both sides. And I know that I never one to shy away from knocking Clint. And we know that, a lot of people would say I was a Clint hater or root for him when he's good, but dude, it's worse than it's ever been.
Yeah, man.
So he is, out of the 101 qualified outfielders, he ranks 100th out of 101 in outfield jump, which is his reaction time, his speed to the ball, and then the route he takes to the ball. The route, he's net neutral. He's 0. He's not positive or negative, but his reaction time and his bursts are so bad that he's 100th out of the 101 qualified outfielders. In feet covered per play, he's 97th out of 101. So there are 96. And combined, there's 100 better outfielders defensively. He's dead last in outs above average out of any outfielder. And on plays that are 2+ star plays, and how they do star plays is how long he has to run for it, the angle of the ball hit, the speed of the ball hit. It's a calculation
There's a
formula. He's -3 on all -3 outs above average on all 2+ star plays, and then he's negative on 1-star plays, which have a 90% or higher catch probability. He's negative. He has 0 5-star catches in his career.
Yep.
So all those diving catches, I think that's kind of goes towards the
Everything you're saying is very right. 5-star catches are elite.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he has 0 in his entire career.
Correct. I wouldn't
and
expect
people
him to have
treat
it.
all those plays like
Right.
they are.
Offensively, I
Almost
couldn't
competent.
find him on runs created plus and OPS plus.
All he's done is walk this year.
So he's like 150 or 160th. I couldn't find him. It took me a little bit to dig it up. So yeah, man, he's. When I say Andujar, when I joke that Andujar got the left field job because he made a smooth catch and hit a
Not
ball,
joking.
it's like a half joke.
Yeah, you're not joking.
Well, he's not the starter, but he notches his way into the conversation.
Yeah.
Knocked on the door.
They're head to head. The horses are in the stable.
It's the diving catches fool people, and
Well, today's was a good one.
Yes,
Today's
but
might
all
have
the
been his
others-
best catch of his career. And a couple of the others are good. A couple of them are awful. A couple of them are a facade. And that's what we try to sort out here on this show.
but I mean, yeah,
But it's bizarre. I mean, it's, I've been on the confidence thing since kind of day one with Clint. And, his jump last year was solid. And his routes last year were solid. And it's
they were like average.
hopefully, yeah, which again, he's supposed to be a hitter. Him and Andujar are supposed to be hitters.
Yeah,
And his stuff last year was slightly above average. I mean, that's how he ended up in the Gold Glove finalists and that stuff. I think there was some 60th percentile and there was some 80th percentile and stuff. I mean, this year, the numbers don't lie. And you wonder, is it confidence from the plate and he's taking that to the field? Is it fans in the stands? I had a theory around that last year. I think both probably have a case of small sample size. But, Clint's never been expected to be a good defensive outfielder. He's out there to hit. He's out there to be a 30 home run guy and hopefully catch the balls at him. And, I know you sorted the outs above average and you took out the,
it does it for you.
The easy catches, because when you have the easy catches, that makes him by far the worst.
Yeah, he's the worst in the league.
Because he sucks at the easy catches, because he gets happy feet, and, everyone saw that first ball that started off the game. So, yeah, man, I mean, if Clint's not hitting, he's not valuable.
Yeah.
I mean, simple as that. And he hasn't been hitting this year. He hit the nice Clint home run today. But, yeah, him and Andujar are a toss-up. Because guess what? Andujar catches fly balls. I mean, you see it, runners are going to second, and he's not going to scare them with his arm or his approach or anything. But he catches a fly ball. He had a nice one drifting back to the wall today, which would have been interesting to see Clint out there for that one. Andujar and Clint are heads up right now. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it for a little bit and then see what the solution is.
With Hicks out, there's even more of the opening there for one of them to take over because Guardy's the center fielder now.
And Ryan Lamar.
I did. So I found like an offensive thing. I mean, everyone knows he's been bad, and it doesn't include today any homers, so the number's probably better. But like among outfielders with over 100 plate appearances, he has the 10th worst WRC plus number, which is just like the all-encompassing.
90 out of 100, right?
It's just the 10th worst among all outfielders with 100 plus plate appearances. I don't know how many that is.
Yeah, it's so deep into it's coming on 2 months to the point where this is the worst 2-month player we've seen since Chris Carter on both sides of the ball.
There's names that people would recognize ahead of him. Our friend and coworker Ian Happ has having a worse year so far. Concussions.
It's a tough sport.
It's hard.
And I mean, I've said this regularly. I mean, he's been lucky that Gardy has been off to Gardy's one of the few hitters in the league that's off to a worse start than him. I mean, but Gardy obviously brings speed and defense.
Yeah, is that a negative on defense?
If Gardy had been doing anything offensively, I mean, we'd be having deep send Clint down conversations. But Gardy hasn't, and now with the injuries, figure it out, boys. Because
Gardy ranks 26th out of like the 101.
Gardner was filtered out of my plate appearance limit thing there.
But defensively, he's still
defensively,
positive.
Guard Dog still got it.
And the thing about it is, like, Gary is bad defensively, but catching's one of the hardest positions in baseball.
Right.
Glaber's tough defensively, but shortstop's the hardest position in baseball.
Been good this year.
Corner outfield is the easiest. It's where people go when they can't play the other positions. So
there's not somewhere we can move him to.
You can't hide.
That's the last spot.
That's the last spot. So
that's why Andujar's out there too.
Yeah, exactly. So like
they're in the same boat.
You can't. Yeah. So
in
it's
the same boat.
It's not as much leash. So hopefully something happens. But defensively, Cashman knows right now you can't play him in the postseason. I don't care how good the hitting gets.
It would have to be
7 innings.
Incredible.
He'd have to be
like
one of the best
unprecedented
hitters on the
shift.
team. Yeah. Otherwise, there's no way you can start him in playoff series.
And we've just
That
come
injury.
so far away from that. I mean, 2019, 2020, Clint Frazier had a 125 OPS plus, 844 OPS. He just hasn't been that dude. Hopefully the homer today sparks him or something. Because he needs to hit at a 830 plus OPS to put him out there.
Yeah.
To be
Otherwise,
playable.
you'd rather have Gardy be below average hitting and do
Make
everything
plays.
else.
Get
Even
some long
plays
at-bats.
that don't like hinder games right now, you just can't really have in the postseason. Like today, that ball bounced off the wall and then bounced past him, which turned Mancini's single into a double. Didn't hurt because the pitcher got out of it the next time. But even that shit in the postseason, like you just can't.
Extra bases.
Extra
and all,
bases, yeah. You just can't.
Getting
be
a guy
giving it.
into scoring position. Yeah.
All right. Texas, here we come.
Texas, here we come.
Late nights. They start at 8 p.m. now.
Yep. So
4
everyone
game set.
get prepared to lose an hour. Waiter was solid. Andujar hit a couple balls. Chad Green, hot.
You know,
Johnny Loizaga, hot.
do you think that they're gonna once that window expires on Florial that they'll call him up for Texas or no?
No, I mean, at this point, you have nothing to lose with Ryan Lamar. He's on your team, and if you decide not to use him, you send him down. I mean, I think it could be a short leash, depending the Hicks news. I think you keep Ryan Lamar until you find out the next step with Hicks.
I think Florial, if they were to call him up, they might just give him the next week in AAA, and if they were to call him up and replace Lamar, the homestand. They'd wait till the homestand. Because Boone mentioning that 42-hour rule did make my eyes go, oh, maybe they would have called him up. That they even thought about that. So that makes me think, oh, well, maybe he's going to come up. Maybe you would just wait till the homestand.
And that's where him and Ryan Lamar might both be having tryouts right now. Florial at AAA, Lamar at the show.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. See you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back on Wednesday with the middle of the week show. I gave Katie Sharp one topic, but if you have any others, maybe some voicemails, maybe
Katie.
we're probably going to have roster updates and tons of shit to talk about.
We didn't mention, I think Boone indicated Odor probably back sometime during the Ranger series. So
Ford's going to go down
probably
then?
Ford, right?
Because then you can slide DJ over as backup first baseman, and Odor can play third and second.
I guess Andujar can play. They did it one game at the Major League level.
Or it's Andujar because they want him to go get at bats. But no, because Andujar's playing outfield.
He's getting
now.
at bats.
It's Ford. It's Ford, right?
It should be Ford.
Yeah,
I'd rather them. Yeah, we all would rather them just stick to Andujar at one position while he's getting at bats.
What interests me is if Odor comes back and it's Ford gone, and then Glaber can come back, who's gone then? Is it Wade to go back, or is it Andujar and Wade becomes the fourth outfielder option and lefty and speed guy? That's where, and I think we'll see how Andujar's swinging. So
and we'll decide how we feel about that Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe Andujar and Wade are in a battle too. Jake?
Everyone's battling. Clint, be careful. You got an option.
Yeah. Go Yanks.
Hey.
Yeah?
Thanks to a few people left reviews for your birthday when you were dying, and I wanted you to get better.
For my birthday while I was dying?
Yeah, we had a birthday party for you while you were dying.
Oh.
So thanks for everyone that left reviews. Got us over 2K.
Oh, nice. That's a number
2K
I've been
reviews.
wanting for a little bit.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate that. Love you guys. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.